MLK Day unpacked. And we had some special guests this afternoon on MLK Day of Service unpacked. So we had the youth, our future leaders, and our current leaders too. So,
Hi, my name is Uriel Sakona, and I go to West Valley High, and I'm a basketball player. My name is Deanna Drummond. I'm in the seventh grade. I go to Julia R. Masterman, and I like to dance.
Hello, my name is Dan. I go to the seventh grade at Slams, and I do karate.
Hi, my name is Zion Purrier. I'm in ninth grade. I go to Conestoga High School and I do track and soccer.
thank you so much. And today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. And I just want to say this quote. So, even though we face difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. What is the difference between the American dream and Dr. King's dream? Anyone?
Personally, I feel like Dr. King really wanted like equality. Like people didn't think like when I think of the American dream, I feel like it's just like a plain simple life and like free will. But like I feel like Dr. King really wanted to fight for his people and like there's like when you think of America, like a lot of people think of America as being like the land of the free, but it really isn't. And like all our life like is been called like the land of the free. But like when you actually get here and like actually look what's happening, there's like so much stuff happening to like people of color and it's not right.
Anyone else? Thank you.
When I think of the American dream and Dr. King's dream, I see two different things. A free world for the American dream, and a right for black people, which is Dr. King's dream. Both of those things aren't the same, and we're trying really hard to get those for our community and our people out there. But we're trying really hard at this time with COVID and all this other stuff going on. We're really trying hard to get somewhere without everything going on.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Going off of what the others said, I also feel as if the American dream is basically like white picket fences and, apple pie and stuff. And really, recently, you haven't really heard of the American dream being about freeing the people, but about, like happiness in general. But the world isn't about happiness, and I feel like that's what MLK was trying to tell us when he said he has a dream that it's not all about happiness, but sometimes it's just about equality and racial equality.
Thank you. So I have another question. How do you feel about the educational system that you attend now? Anybody?
So what's going on is we have online school. It isn't the best school, and it isn't the most school that we can get the best education or the best work out of. But since of COVID, it has stopped all education, and it's getting a little bit harder for teachers and students to learn a little bit more and maybe a little bit better. So in this case, maybe when COVID's over, we can jump right back to school. We can learn a little bit better, we can learn new things, and we can do different things to help our community and all the other things that we want to learn as adults, children, or whatever.
Anybody else?
Um, so I feel like that some people I feel like that some people need more help in indoor classrooms than like computers and I feel like teachers are trying their best to help kids and kids needs to be kids need to be more thankful and stop dropping out of school and stop giving teachers excuses because they're trying to help us like we're trying to help them. So yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like the education system is like a really touchy topic. Personally, I feel like they put a lot of pressure on us and then also a lot of pressure on the the teachers, and I feel like the teachers right now are kind of in a dilemma because they feel like they're not getting any support, and they want to do the best for their students, but then also at the same time the students feel like they're not getting any support. So it's kind of like not balanced at this point, and it's like we need a level of like clarity for the teachers and the students, and to like basically have a conversation with each other so we can help each other. And I think everybody at this point is like really tired and like just need clarity for their head and stuff like that.
Anybody else? Feel like you want to say something?
Okay. I feel, well, being a freshman now, I think it's kind of harder, the transition between 8th grade, since I didn't really graduate 8th grade and stuff. I got a diploma, but anyways. So I feel like we get that the teachers are trying to help us. Well, at my school, the teachers are a little iffy. But I feel like we are noticing that they're trying. But on the other hand, we are trying as well. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know I'm trying. And I actually am getting the best grades that I have been getting in online school. So
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you guys think that you're being supported by the schools? Because when I hear about the educational system, we're talking about this on MLK Day and relating it to the dream and your experiences. Education is essential to your future, and this pandemic has interrupted that. And you guys have spoke eloquently about some of the challenges with your teachers and with the layout of your academic programs. One thing I want to encourage you is to challenge that system. Ask those questions. Don't let them put us in remedial classes, not take honors classes and more challenging courses. All right, because that's part of this area in education that is keeping us from our dream. All right, we can be whatever we want to be. The foundation has been laid down by generations before us, and I think that you guys are the future, and you guys got so much to offer. So when it comes to your education, do not sell yourself short. Continue to push through, because you guys have done such a wonderful job thus far. What do you see yourselves in the future based on this experience of this past year? If you think about this past year, what you've seen, what do you see as far as the future?
Anyone of y'all?
Oh, I'll say it. I see myself being like a multimillionaire and I see myself having like I see myself owning a business and owning a dance studio, and I want to be a basketball coach, and I'm trying to be a basketball coach. So that's why I see myself in a couple of years, or in a girls' NBA.
I see you there. I see you there.
I can probably see myself in the future trying to teach other kids, whether it be just after school programs for fun, and just teaching kids about how we have to deal with in our school in this pandemic right now. And all of us being here right now, like, we're mini Martin Luther Kings at this moment, as we're all speaking to each other and giving our information about the world and our future and our dreams that we want to have in our world.
Yeah, your dream will become a reality. I see that.
I feel like I would probably do what my dad do. I mean, like, he helps the community so much. I want to, like, follow in his footsteps and, like, continue his dream to, like, help other people and also have my own business because I don't feel like working for anybody else. I was like, it's like you go to college to work for somebody else. Why not be your own millionaire? Why not have your own business? Why not be free and not have somebody over top of you? So I feel like I want my own business as well.
Zion?
Well, College is kind of coming up fast, but recently, since well, I've been having to look at colleges, I realized that I wanted to go in the Peace Corps, but it turns out it's like shut down. But since that's like not a thing anymore, I realized that anthropology and sociology is sort of the way to go for me. And I also want to go to like other countries and teach other children English and stuff. Specifically, like Africa and the Spanish speaking countries.
Awesome. Awesome.
Mr. Grant, do you have any questions for the youth?
Yeah, how can we support? How can the adults support? Because I'm hearing like so much prosperity. I'm hearing so much empowerment amongst y'all. How can we as mentors, teachers, parents, coaches help y'all achieve that dream?
I'll go first. Help kids in poverty first. Like need help kids that um help kids that need like babysits and like their parents are not there for them. Help those kids first, and then you can come and help me, cause I already have everything that I need.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All parents here are doing a really great job so far. As if we can go on steps on our own, you can still help us while we're trying to help and push our dreams. You can be honest with us, and the parents who made us all come here are already helping us and with our dreams and extending our point into the world.
I don't think I need much. I just really need like support like mentally to like help me push and keep on going because like I feel like I'm already physically there. Like I have the resources, like it's all there for me. I just like sometimes it can be really like hard and discouraging because of the world. And like somebody behind you saying like it's gonna be okay, giving you a hug, keep on pushing you to do better is like so important to me. Like my dad hugs me every day and tells me like it's gonna be okay. Just keep on pushing. And like that's so important to me, even though he might not knows that does a lot on me. Like it's really important to do that and help your kids.
Donnie, you had something to say?
Um, as my fellow youth said, I think that us. Well, I wouldn't speak for the whole panel because I can't. But I feel like I'm in a really good place right now that I don't really need as much help as the other children need. There are other people who are in more need than we are or that I am, and I feel like I have a good basis in which that the adults in this world can go help other people who are actually in need.
Mr. President, do you have another question for the youth?
Well, no, I just really inspired by what I'm hearing for you guys. The humility, the gratitude, the sense of self that you all possess. Dr. King would be very proud of witnessing what you all present. And it was mentioned about just needing a hug, those little things that nurture and support us. We all need that, but especially youth. You deserve it too, and I'm glad that you're looking out for others because that is something that Dr. King inspired to. What can we do to help other people? So being mindful, which all you are very conscious, you're all very progressive in your thinking, you're critical thinkers. You're not just going to accept something because someone said it. You're going to look into it, you're going to research it, and you're going to find out if it makes sense, and I think that's a good thing. So I just want to continue to encourage you. But that part of the stress of what we've experienced this past year with the civil unrest, with the political landscape, with witnessing black and brown people being murdered at an untimely rate is something that creates a lot of sense of helplessness and frustration and loss. So what you're feeling is being felt everywhere. So you're not alone, even though you may feel it at certain times. And that motivation, though it may be lacking at times, continue to persevere, continue to take care of yourself, and don't look for outside things, look inward. Okay?
All right.
So I have a question. As positive youth, which you are all are, what would you say to other youth to encourage them to do the best that they can?
Keep on going, don't stop. Like if you have distractions, like just don't stop. I was about to stop, but I didn't.
Keep going, don't give up. There's a light in that tunnel every time.
Like also my fellow you said, it's about like not giving up. And though we're in a really hard time right now with the pandemic and all that's going on in politics and social injustice, I do believe that eventually, we don't know when, but eventually we will get through this. And there, like he said, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and there will be a solution to all of this.
Yeah, I agree. Like to keep on fighting, and like you don't want to personally like don't give up on your future. Like you have so much to offer to the world. Like there's so much to offer to the world and to do better and to put out good into the world. And you want to know like when you're done and looking back, like you did good. Like even at this point, like if I stop, like I did good so far. Like I did really good, and I feel like all of us can like look back at what right now and like say like that we did pretty good for like our age and like what we've done so far. So like don't stop because you have so much more to offer and like you can be better.
Thank you. Just sitting back, listening to what you all was saying. I was looking at this Dr. King quote, and it says, "No, no, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like water, and righteousness like a mighty, mighty stream." I just want to see your thoughts on social injustice in today's world. You can go ahead, Zion.
Um, I feel like social injustice is really big right now, and since the pandemic, people have been acting cuckoo bonkers. And I feel like the social injustice that we're experiencing this year, I feel like it's all a test. And, you know, we haven't been doing the best job getting through it. Everyone's acting a little crazy with the raids and the marches and the Capitol and whatnot, and the killing of black and brown people recently. But I feel like we said before, there is going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, but there also has to be repercussions for what just happened this year. And the bad things, they'll pass, but like I said, we are going to have to deal with it. Like that's ridiculous.
I feel like we're not doing so well this far. But this is all a test, just like she said. This is a test to show our strength and our mighty justice for all the people out there, and our strength to see what we can do. If we had another environment like this, we would be way more prepared if we had another environment just like this one. Whether it be some type of another sickness, a whole war, we can probably go through this again if we all just learn and conquer the fact that we're all here and we're all trying to do something. Well, bounce back. I forgot.
That's okay.
I think personally it is a test. Like they're trying to test us so much. Like I feel like they think that we're about to go crazy. But I think we do need to come as a community and talk about it and like plan what we need to do next to help us succeed and for us to like not like kind of fight against it, but like not really like not using your fist, but like in a way like fighting against it, but peacefully, and like as a community working together so that we're not going down any further or like breaking down.
I feel like we need to listen. People need to listen and stop stop writing after like being mad. You have to like stop, listen, and slow down. Don't do all the riots and stuff like that. Like that's not unacceptable. That makes the cops want to arrest us more, like bring us into the jail cells more. That's all I feel like.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask Mr. President um, to use his expertise, and today we call this MLK Day unpack. So I'm gonna ask you to unpack this conversation that we just had with the youth.
Well, again, I want to say that I'm inspired by the youth, but when I hear them speak, this is our future. They are watching us, the adults in society, and they see a world that needs some tending to, and some things that need to change, and your path will be determined by some of the decisions that you make today. And excuse me, for what it looks like, you all are making some very sound decisions in regard to what you're doing with your future. So the country, youth, adults, everyone is experiencing a level of stress that we haven't seen in some time, compacted in 1 year. It's always been going on, but to see it in the degree that we've seen it this year. So I understand some of those challenges. We witnessed someone dying in front of us. That's traumatic. Many of you, if you've not experienced things yourself, have probably had friends or loved ones who've experienced some things. We all are affected by those things. So there was a lot here. And one thing that Dr. Martin Luther King gave us was that sense of belief, that sense of faith. And I think that you all are able to do that. So one of the things that we need to do, I think, for you is I heard the word listen. I heard the words about compromise, understanding. We haven't shown you that through our Congress this past year, past several years, through some of the legislation that affects us as brown people. We need to continue that fight, that struggle. So some of the things that have to be done are our mental health system needs to be overhauled, not just the criminal justice system, our educational system. There are a lot of systems that are in place that are not for us. But you see how we still thrive. I'm looking at a result of that, being able to thrive despite those circumstances. So don't be hindered by your circumstance. Think beyond, like Dr. King did. Strive beyond that. So there are resources in the community. Make sure you're looking into those resources in the community, talking to supportive adults, being around positive peers. And those are the things that I would encourage you as far as self-care throughout this time. And if I could, if there's time, just can you reflect on this past year? Has it affected any of you, what you witnessed this past year? And does that inspire you for this year?
Well, it's inspired me to keep going. This year is still going on. We may have passed 2020, but the virus and all the bad stuff is still going on. But we still need to improve and jump right back to it. And this actually reminds me of something. In a show called Good Times about black people in the ghetto living on the east side. That was the wrong one. That was the wrong thing. But Good Times with black people living in the ghetto. There was one of the characters named JJ, which was a tall black guy. You might know his signature move, but he has... You don't know? But anyways, he had a job, and his boss would only give a promotion to a white person. So he dreamt about being white, and he turned white, and everything just went wrong, and everything changed to where everyone, and even his boss didn't give him the job, even though he was white, instead gave it to a black person. And then JJ realized, hey, maybe it's good being black and it's fine to be black. Even though I don't get that promotion, I'm still Kid Dynamite. And,
Dynamite.
and I'm still the best ghetto, and I'm the coolest person in this family, and I'm still black.
Even though like what was around me like was really like bad with like, COVID and everything, I feel like I definitely grew as a person. Like it helped me get a little bit of clarity and like figure out what I wanted to do, like how I wanted to be, change my style a little bit, and like surround me with like good people, like have like people encouraging me, like so it like wasn't all bad. Like I get to look back and like see my growth from like where I was till now. So
It's beautiful.
Um, last year impacted me. I First of all, I was hanging around with the wrong type of people and like fake people that made me do bad stuff. And but this year I dropped all those fake people. And if 2020 didn't happen, I would be in like a high school that I wouldn't want to be in right now. And my grades would have been slipping, but now my grades aren't slipping.
I just wanted to thank all y'all, and y'all are really, really encouragement, encouragement, encouragement. Even to hear y'all talk about 2020, and one thing that I realized from 2020, you only had two options. Either you win or you learn. There was no losing in 2020 to me. And when you learn from that 2020, that hard situation that we all went through and we still going through, that learning experience will go a long, long way. So I just like to thank everybody for participating in this MLK Day Unpacked. This is not the last series. We will have another series going on January the 31st. Please be on the lookout for that social media link. I'd like to thank all our supporters and all our sponsors. And I would like to tell y'all Happy New Year's and God bless y'all. Thank you.